never fails. Hi, my name is Courtney, and I am very passionate about helping women with invisible illnesses realize that you can still lead a pretty healthy and active lifestyle. It's just not going to be the one you had envisioned for yourself, but the time is going to pass regardless, and it's up to you to make the best of your situation. I'm not very good at setting boundaries. I'm going to be real honest. This is not my strong suit, but that's why I want to talk about it. This is something that's, you know, oh, by the way, this information is from Psychology Today. But we teach people what we're going to allow in regards to how they treat us. And what we allow is highly indicative of our feelings of self-worth. Now, if you're a people pleaser like I am, we often let others overstep our boundaries because not upsetting the other person often seems, sorry, my nose is itchy, often seems more important. Um, I don't like conflict. Go along to get along. Go along to get along. That's easier at the time, but that means that you're setting aside your own needs. And obviously that is not, it's not a good strategy. It's really unhealthy to do that. So here are some tips on setting boundaries. Number one, you have to know yourself. Know thyself. What really matters to you? What are your values? That might sound really simple on the surface. You might be like, oh my God, that's so easy. Who the hell doesn't know that? But can you explain them? What are they? Can you tell somebody right now what these are my values? A lot of people can't. I couldn't when I first started this. But here's the thing. The better you know yourself, the better you understand yourself, the easier it will be to define your boundaries. Number two, this one's always hard. You need to accept responsibility for your role. If you do not set your boundaries and if you do not enforce your boundaries, then you can't blame other people if they run you over. I'm sorry, that's your fault. And I say that as someone who often gets run over because I'm not good at this. Is not my strong suit. Yes, I'm fidgeting again. I'm so sorry. I can't help it. A good example of this, and I like to use this because I'm not throwing my own mother under the bus because A, I don't have children, and B, even if I did, I don't think my mom was the type of person who would have done this. But anyway, say you have kids and your mom's always telling you that she doesn't approve of how you raise your children. And you don't want to hear that. Who the hell wants to hear that? So instead of getting all upset and getting all defensive the next time she starts, Mom, I appreciate your opinion, but I don't want to have this conversation with you. We're not going to discuss this. Gotta go. Love you. Bye. And go. If you're at our house, get the kids and go home. Or go somewhere. If you're on the phone, hang up the phone and go do something. Go find something to do to keep yourself busy. But if you're not going to set that boundary and you're not going to stand by that, then you can't complain that your mom bitches at you, excuse me, but you can't complain that she berates you. That's a better word for how you're raising your kids. Because if you're not going to set that boundary, why should she respect it? Number three, you have to love yourself. Look, it's funny. Just the other day, I saw something online. If you could, what would you rather have? Like, I don't know, it's a couple $1 million or go back and change your past. And I don't know about you, but there's a lot of things in my past I'm not very proud of. But sorry, see, I told you I'm always fidgeting. But all those experiences, the good, the bad, the ugly, all of it, they made you who you are today. And I don't like a lot of the things that I did in the past, but I really genuinely like, for the most part, who I am today and the direction that I'm headed. And you need to embrace that. You need to embrace your past because you've made it this far. You've survived. You must be doing okay. You must be doing something right. When you love and accept yourself, then guess what? You're going to expect others to treat you accordingly. And if they won't, that's a giant red flag. And that ain't no carnival. Okay? That's a huge warning sign. Now, don't get hung up on your idea of who someone is. I do this a lot. If I like you, if I really like you, I'm going to make so many excuses for you being a jackass. But you know what? That's projection. That's me deciding who you are. That's not you. That's not me allowing you to tell me who you are. When people tell you who, English is my first language. When people tell you who they are, believe them, and believe them the first time. Be choosy who you spend your time with. Number 4, heed the warnings. If someone refuses to respect your boundaries, that tells you all you need to know about that person. It doesn't matter who they are. You're going to have to let it go and move on. And you'll know. People aren't subtle about it if they're going to try to run over your boundaries. Now, if it's not someone that you can gently ease out of your life, please don't be a jerk to anybody. There's no need to be mean. I used to work with this woman, and y'all, she was something else. She was really difficult. She was very difficult. And she worked in a different building, and I had to go over there one day and submit some paperwork. And I'm walking across, and I catch my anxiety rising because I'm saying, oh my gosh, and she's this and she's that, and she's going to nitpick the crap out of me, and she's going to, and I caught myself like, holy smokes, I'm letting this woman have way too much power over me. So I was about halfway over to her building when I had this realization. So for the last half of the walk, instead of, oh my God, she's so nitpicky, I started telling myself, she has an amazing eye for detail, and she's going to pick up a mistake that I missed. Now, did that mean that I magically got along with her a lot better? No, of course not. But it enabled me to deal with her from a more positive perspective. And you know what? I just made sure to really limit my exposure with her. And if I had somebody else that was going over there, hey, will you drop these papers off for me? And you know what? Someone was going over there anyway. They were happy to do it. If you cannot gently ease somebody out of your life, it's up to you to limit your exposure to them. Number 5, don't be a fixer. I'm really guilty of this. I'll be honest. I like to help people. I like to try to fix people. Well, you know what? No one asked your pushy ass to fix them. You can't fix anybody, okay? They have to fix themselves. That's on them. But some of us like to try to fix people because it gives us a sense of validation. If I can fix you, then maybe my problems aren't so bad. But you know what? Change has to come from within. So trying to fix anybody, it's just futile. It's a waste of your time and energy. And again, 99.999% of the time, they didn't ask you to fix a damn thing. And you know what? They might be happy with their life being completely chaotic. They might be happy being a horse's butt. You don't know. And it's not your place to judge that. Just accept people for who they are. Finally, number 6, when it comes to setting boundaries, you need to remember you're in charge. You are in charge of yourself. Now, can other people help put you into situations that are not ideal? Certainly. But at the end of the day, it's still your responsibility how you choose to respond. And you know what? You can change your mind or your beliefs without seeking permission from anybody. If you start making changes in your life and you start getting pushback, which you will. If you're a people pleaser and all of a sudden you're like, no, we're not doing this anymore. These are my boundaries. And now we're damn well going to stick with them. You're going to get a lot of pushback. So you need to decide, are you willing to walk away? Guilt-free? Not looking back? I have a hard time doing it guilt-free because I'm always like, well, but because I'm a fixer, but they have this good quality. Well, everybody has a good quality or two. That doesn't mean they're good people. You need to remember if you're really working on yourself and you're trying to let me restate that, and you are learning. I don't want to say you're trying to. Let's say you are learning how to set boundaries and how to stand by them. You don't owe anybody an explanation for where the hell did this come from. It came from me trying to just protect my mental health. Or nothing. You don't have to say anything. But at the end of the day, the only person responsible for you is you. I don't know if y'all can hear it. That's Chocolate the donkey in my backyard. or as I call him, Chocolate the Chupacabra. Because Donkey, I don't know if y'all ever heard of Donkey, but God bless him. He's cute as can be, but he makes the most horrific sounds. It took me a while after I moved in. It's like, is something wrong? Is something wrong with the donkey? Is he getting hurt? No, he ain't getting hurt. That's just how donkeys sound. But anyway, that's all I have for tonight. Oh, wow. Today's Monday. Yeah, I couldn't do a video Friday because I had terrible connectivity and it's been questionable today. So I'm really curious to see how this went. But I will be back Wednesday at 7:00 Central. Oh, by the way, I got to tell y'all. So when I first came to Texas, I was feeling so much better that I procrastinated finding a migraine doctor. So I went in, it's been about a month ago now, maybe. Yeah, I think it was about a month ago. Anyway, I went into the University of Texas Pain Center and pain clinic, and we were talking about my migraines, and I had to start all over again. You have to answer all these questions, and I got approved. Well, they told me I was approved when I was in Alaska, and I kept calling last week and I couldn't get the lady. So it was on my to-do list to call her today. And I'm thinking I'm in, easy minimum 2-3 weeks out, if not longer. Well, she called me today and she's like, can you come next Monday? Hell yes, I can, because I had a raging headache today. I got it under control, thankfully. But yeah, got to tell you, I'm looking forward to it. Anyway, it's all I have for tonight. I hope y'all have a great evening. And look, I'm certainly not an expert on setting boundaries, but I do have some great resources I'd be happy to share with you. So if you have any questions, drop me a line. I try to be very responsive. I hope y'all have a great night. And I'm sorry I'm so itchy today. It's the warmest day that I've had since I've been here. It got up to about 90 today, which I don't mind a bit. But I had a late meeting, so I had to crock pot my dinner. And I got to tell you, my little place got pretty toasty with it being 90 degrees and having the crock pot going. And I don't have an AC. But anyway, yeah, I'm rambling at y'all. What a surprise. Y'all take care.